Chapman the target. Might bounce through. White's there. Fairclough's there. Leeds in front. Chris Fairclough.
August 1990. Leeds returned to Division 1 in style. Victory at Everton. Chris Fairclough on the score sheet. Tonight in the Rumbelows Cup, they're back at Goodison Park just 4 days after Fairclough was shown the red card for a foul against Everton. And the measure of tonight's task, facing Yorkshire's only Rumbelows survivors, became clear at Ellen Road. With a little more sharpness on Saturday, perhaps a little more luck, Everton could well have won. In the event, Leeds held on to their spot on top of the First Division tree, a spectacular late strike from Rod Wallace. Later tonight, we'll see Sheffield Wednesday's conquerors Southampton at Nottingham Forest and the other goals from 2 nights of Rumbelows ties. But now it's good evening to John Helm at Goodison.
Good evening and welcome to Merseyside, where the people are still in a state of shock after Liverpool's defeat at Peterborough last night. Everton's Howard Kendall believes this team can do even better than the one so narrowly beaten at Ellen Road last Saturday. He welcomes back his vastly experienced captain, Kevin Ratcliffe, only 5 weeks after a cartilage operation. Mo Johnston, the latest £1.5 million import from Glasgow Rangers, also starts tonight, having overcome hamstring problems. Howard Wilkinson sticks with the team that's taken Leeds to the top of the First Division. There's a settled look about this lineup, and as Leeds are Yorkshire's last survivors in the Rumbelows Cup, Wilkinson hopes for a continuation of league form tonight. John McClelland and Steve Hodge are the substitutes. Tonight's referee comes from Whitley Bay. He's Ken Redfern. We've seen plenty of him on ITV, and at the moment he took charge of the Arsenal-Spurs game at the weekend. A tremendous atmosphere at Goodison Park as Leeds United in their all-yellow strip kick off. Everton in the blue shirts and the white shorts, and Lee Chapman gets the game underway. And the ball is going to be transferred all the way back to give John Lukic the early touch that goalkeepers like. Watson playing it out wide for Hinchcliffe. The ball ricocheting away there and smacked in over the top of the crossbar by John Ebrell, taking up a good position. The youngster who was at the School of Excellence at Lillishall. And taking up a good position to receive the ball, smacking it left-footed, high and wide. Again, it was well met by speed, but illegally so. Free kick for Everton. And I've no doubt in Howard Wilkinson's planning tonight will be the thought that people like Ratcliffe and Hinchcliffe might find the pace a little bit gruelling in the later stages. Neither played last Saturday. And certainly neither side has got to grips in midfield as yet. Nobody's claimed the ascendancy. They won't look to do that now as Ward tries to play Beardsley in. It's Fairclough over in the nick of time. Once more, the crowd booing for some unaccountable reason. I think they're booing their own man. That's a dangerous position in which to concede a free kick, which is what Leeds have done with a foul on Atveld. And again, the tempo in the crowd is raised. 70 minutes have been played, an Everton free kick. A lot of men in there as it swings in, and Lukic grabs onto it gratefully. Good stop by Lukic. He's in outstanding form at the moment. John Lukic, many feel that he's been very unlucky not to get an England cap. Confusion between Strachan and Sterland. They didn't pay the penalty. John Lukic has conceded only 2 goals in the last 6 matches. That's the form he's in. Long, Chapman, the flick through. Wallace couldn't get there. First time Chapman's won it in the air. This free kick will be for Leeds, applauded by David Batty. That's John Ebrell who conceded it. And this time Chapman did get it through towards Wallace. It's Strachan's back heel. Everton are almost winning it back. Now McAllister and Strachan combine, and that's a good ball in for Chapman, who lays it back towards Speed, and it nearly broke again towards Chapman. So he might well have been in an advanced position, from an offside position. Neatly done by Sterland, and equally neatly done by Strachan. Hooked on by Atterveld. He's there again. The Dutchman increasingly getting into the game. The finish not really satisfactory, but it will give you some measure of the job on Leeds' hands tonight when I tell you that Everton have lost only one home game all season. They've won 8 times here and drawn 3. The only team to win here was Aston Villa. Very importantly, Gary Speed had come across to win it. Hinchcliffe makes a break down the left for Everton. There's only Johnston in the penalty area though, and he can't find him. Leeds covering well. And tidily done. That's the confidence oozing through Leeds at the moment. What a great ball played out wide. But it was Johnston who got a toe poke on it, and Everton come back at Leeds. The game gathering pace. Atterveld, he's already had one crack with the left foot, now with the right foot, and Lukic can't stop it. Everton have the lead with a quite superb strike from Ray Atterveld. Everton's fans celebrate only the second goal of his English League career, and what a goal too. This one is struck with awesome venom on the right foot. Atterveld fully 30 yards out, and Lukic can only palm it up in the air and then despairingly watch it on its way into the net. Everton have the lead, and a quite superb strike by the Dutchman Ray Atterveld. And the goal came after 20 minutes. And that really has lifted the crowd here. Well, the Dutchman certainly made a big impression at Ellen Road on Saturday in his midfield role. Here comes Peter Beardsley now. Leeds in trouble at the moment. Beardsley tricking Batty. They can't afford to concede a second. The ball breaks for Ward. And this is genuine Everton pressure. As Ward goes on to Beardsley's pass, and it's put out of play by Dorigo. Well, Everton were frustrated in not getting anything out of the match at Ellen Road last Saturday. They felt they earned something, and they look a dangerous proposition at the moment as Beardsley accepts the ball and lays it back, and here's Atterveld again, and it's tucked on. There was an offside flag. That one wouldn't have counted even had Hinchcliffe made a better contact. Howard Kendall delighted with the events of the first 20-odd minutes. There's a long way to go in the game yet. Sterling's throwing down the line. Now he's passed up the line, and neatly done by Wallace. Chapman. Wallace will get there, and they've 2 men in the middle. There's a great ball in, and the equaliser from Gary Speed. Superb build-up by Leeds United, and they're right back in this Rumbelows Cup tie. And Gary Speed, who scored at Goodison Park on the opening day of last season, has brought Leeds level at a brilliant psychological time. But where were the Everton defenders? Chapman A nick down the line, and the quality of Wallace's cross, quite excellent. Not to say anything about Speed's run, he timed that superbly. Southall had no chance. And with 27 minutes gone, Gary Speed has brought Leeds level. And it's a rumbustious cup tie now. Ward for Everton. Gets past Speed. And that will be a free kick for the challenge on Ward. Made by Batty, who just gets a talking to. And here it is. He'd fooled Dorigo, and then there was a bit of shove in the back, really. So it's Everton 1, Leeds 1, Everton's free kick. Ward running over it. Too flat, straight at Strachan, who's delighted to sprint away with the ball. And then he goes crashing down as a result of that challenge. Well, it's a pretty stern physical contest as well. Mark Ward, the offender. The most important thing from a Leeds point of view is that they've got back on level terms quickly. Here's Dorigo. They go seeking to get in front now. And you can probably hear behind me the Leeds fans giving their team tremendous support. Not often they've seen them behind in any match this year. Chapman receiving it, laying it wide for Dorigo. Plenty of men in the middle, should the cross be a good one? It's not bad. Wallace, oh, a bad punch out by Southall. If that had come to Strachan, he might well have scored. He's still here. Good chance here for Leeds, but Wallace is offside. But suddenly they seem to be prizing Everton open, especially through the centre of defence. There was the ball. Strachan so astute, but it was Wallace who was in an offside position as well as McAllister, I fancy. Sterling will set Leeds moving forward again. Coming up the middle is Chapman. Now Batty, time to think about it. Playing Wallace. Still Wallace as well. Leeds have got 5 men around the edge of the penalty area. The ball is long. Chapman! They really are posing Everton problems now, and Lee Chapman horizontally meeting that cross. Sterling drove it in, and it gained loft on the way, and Chapman really flung himself at it. And again they asked Sterling to do the running down the right. It's got through for Chapman. Quality of the Leeds passing excellent at the moment, and there's another good one for Strachan. String the passes together. White comes forward. Wallace for Strachan, for Chapman. Really delightful build-up. Possession play has to be admired. Now Sterling. Eventually the move breaking down, but not before Leeds had strung together at least 10 good passes. And Fairclough wins it for them again. Breaks here for Speed. Couldn't beat Watson. Atterveld, danger, but Fairclough's back. And cutting out Maurice Johnston, who's not had much of a look in against him. Scottish international, probably still finding his way in a new side. Too much strength really on Strachan's pass, on Sterling's pass to Strachan. Beardsley's pass back, dangerously close to Chapman. Batty tussling for it very well on that occasion. And here's the ball driven up for Wallace, who's onside. Wallace could give Leeds the lead here. He's got to go on the inside of Wallace. Southall, Chapman, 2-1. Leeds in front. And Lee Chapman has goal number 9. And the pace of Rodney Wallace really unhinged Everton. And Leeds a goal down after 20 minutes and now 2-1 up. And here it was. Wallace couldn't do it himself. But my word, he laid it on a plate for Lee Chapman. With just over 5 minutes of the half left, Rodney Wallace tested Southall and Lee Chapman was following in. Chapman, the man who scored a winner in this self-same round for Forest against Everton 2 years ago and went on to be a Rumbelows final winner, has given Leeds a priceless lead. Lee Chapman picked up a winner's medal with Forest in 1989 and would love to do that again with Leeds. And Leeds are on top for the moment. They're playing the ball around. They're full of confidence, choosing. Follows that performance at Villa. There was Chapman and there was speed again. And McAllister finally came in and committed a foul. Sterling's ball in, and it was McAllister who committed the foul after Chapman couldn't get there. Howard Wilkinson will be pleased about the events of the first half up to date, but he's got his feet firmly on the ground. He knows there's a long way to go against a team of Everton's quality. Wallace is there again. He's looked so dangerous, Rodney Wallace, in his last 4 games for Leeds. Took him time to settle after his £1 million move from Southampton. He looks to have settled well now. Important for Leeds not to concede anything in these closing minutes of the half, and Lukic has to dive to his left to cling on to Batty's back pass. Wallace. And he'll carry on up the right touchline, and Leeds have got chances here again. But Strachan is brought down by Attervell's rather clumsy challenge, and a Leeds free kick. We've played 45 minutes, and there's not much doubt about that, was there? A rash challenge from Atterveld, who got booked at Ellen Road on Saturday. Rigo's free kick for Leeds, playing time added on in the first half. Chapman, McAllister arriving, still McAllister. Oh, was he brought down, or did he run into the back of Ratcliffe? The referee says he ran into the back of Ratcliffe. I think there's got to be sympathy with the verdict. No great complaints on the Leeds side. McAllister's trying to skip his way through, and there wasn't much Ratcliffe could have done other than that. And half-time at Goodison Park. Leeds have come back from being a goal down on 20 minutes. Ray Attervell giving Everton the lead. And they come back really well with Gary Speed's equaliser on 27 minutes, a close-range header. And then Lee Chapman profiting after Southall had saved a shot from Rodney Wallace. So it's Everton 1, Leeds United 2. We'll have the second half for you after the break. Welcome back to Goodison Park. A reminder of that half-time scoreline here. Everton 1, Leeds United 2, and Howard Kendall's response has been swift. He's brought on both substitutes in this second half. Alan Harper has come on in place of Kevin Ratcliffe, the skipper, who's probably feeling it a little bit, and Peter Beagrie has also been introduced, with Tony Cottee sitting out the rest of the game. And Everton immediately come on the attack with Johnston inside the Leeds penalty area. Batty might have to concede a corner. Sprightly start by Everton. Well, we thought that Ratcliffe might find it a little bit gruelling, his first game for 5 weeks. And indeed, that was Howard Kendall's feeling too. And Beagrie will take the first corner of the half for Everton. Neat flick on, and there's Johnston's header. And of all people, it was Lee Chapman who was there to turn it back to goalkeeper Lukic. And Johnston still denied his first goal as an Everton player. He's only started 2 previous matches for them, but he certainly got in here with that little neat flick on from Martin Keown. Johnston in, but Chapman able to turn it back. Goodison Park really is one of the most famous stadiums in the country, and a perfect setting for such a good game. 2 of the country's giants really fighting it out here. Patty's layback, not altogether what Lukic was looking for, and he can do more than pump it into the crowd. That increases the pressure on the Leeds goal again. Ward in possession for Everton, dangerously flighted, back post, and the header was from Beagrie. Lukic in line. The ball in from Ward, and Beagrie, who's had a colourful career on his way here to Goodison Park via Middlesbrough, Sheffield United and Stoke. You don't get the feeling that tempers are getting just a little frayed at the edges again. Well, Strachan wasn't holding back. 7 minutes of the half gone. Everton 1, Leeds 2. Atterveld. Sterling coolly took it on the chest before completing the clearance. Speeds header on towards Chapman. And Harper with a little clever dink gets the ball out wide for Beagrie, who is dangerous. And Beagrie's cross low, and Lukic smothers it. Peter Beagrie has the reputation of being one of the best crossers of a ball in the game. And this is a scything ball in. And Lukic, who's come well from his line to demand the ball, really does so again. Hinchcliffe has been pushed back all the way. His clearance landed at Sterling's foot. Chapman's offside. Chapman, whose goal carried Leeds into their interval lead. It's a difficult ball for Batty. He still did well to play it back for Lukic. McAllister was looking to play Dorigo in. Everton have played it out well from defence, and Beardsley's ball invites Ward to really run at the Leeds defence. And Mark Ward's cross is a cracker, and the shot wide is by Ebrel. Lovely ball in by Ward, and John Ebrel meeting it at a difficult height, I fancy, just couldn't direct it. But a clear warning to Leeds that this game is far from dead. Delightful build-up. Beardsley's ball really released Ward on his gallop, and he looked up, saw that Ebrel was in a good position, played it back, and Ebrel couldn't round it off. Batty's ball forward, and Wallace might have them in trouble again here. Wallace goes on, he can make it 3, and Wallace has given Leeds a 2-goal cushion. Rodney Wallace scores for the 4th game in a row. It's Everton 1, Leeds United 3. And that goal has come just 60 seconds after Ebrel missed a good chance at the other end. Howard Wilkinson really appreciating Wallace's speed off the mark. He took on the defender, kept his head as Southall came out and rounded it off gleefully. They couldn't stop him, and Rodney Wallace continues on his current goal-scoring spree. Atterveld couldn't hold him. Southall couldn't connect. Wallace did. And he's up again. Here goes Rodney Wallace. He's got a chance to make it 4-1 and to surely take the tie beyond Everton. 2 in a minute. And the £1 million man from Southampton has now become a Leeds United player fully fledged. They'll love him now, and surely Leeds cannot be denied a place in the last 8 of the Rumbelows competition after this double strike. Wallace, who laid a goal on for Chapman to make it 2-1, has scored 2 for himself in a minute. And that should be good night Everton. And welcome into the next round, Leeds. And Rodney Wallace is the darling of Leeds United. What an astonishing turnaround in fortunes. Everton had a chance, Everall missed it, and within a minute of that, they found themselves 4-1 down. It's a repeat of the scoreline at Villa Park a week last Sunday. And who can deny Leeds on this form? They're chanting Wembley. That's premature. They have to defend now. Everton must throw everything into this, and they've got a free kick. And Howard Wilkinson, ever the perfectionist, makes his latest note. Nothing escapes him. We've had only 12 minutes of this second half, but Leeds have doubled their lead. Everton desperate for some form of retaliation. It's too high, flipped over by Beardsley. It was Atterveld with the final touch. Beardsley teed it up for him. The journey over the M62 has been well worthwhile for them at the moment. Leeds are really piling up the goals at the moment. Now 9 in their last 3 games. Atterveld. Everton are one of the sides who do have the quality, of course, to come back. They must be crestfallen by those 2 Wallace strikes. Vigri knocks it on towards Hinchcliffe. Booted out of play by Sterling. Have scored some famous victories at Goodison Park over the years. They won here, remember, on their return to the First Division last season, 3-2 on the opening day. Everton throw it. And they can do nothing right at the moment. But again, one has to, as Howard Kendall ponders, to sort of pay tribute to Howard Wilkinson, because that Howard's way has proved absolutely right for Leeds United. In the 3 years he's been with the club, only one of his original players is surviving. That's David Batty, the man with the ball there, who turns it to Dorigo. Howard Wilkinson began his Leeds career in October 1988, and since then he's seen a remarkable transformation, take the team from 21st position in Division 2 to the top of Division 1. And surely now, barring extraordinary circumstances, a place in the last 8 of the Rumbelows Cup again. Remember, they went out at the semi-final stage last year to Manchester United. They want to go one better this time, and Wallace is offside now. There's only one Rod Wallace, sing the fans. Wilkinson knew what he was purchasing when he signed him. There is no substitute for pace, and Wallace has plenty of that. Johnston trying to tee up Beardsley, and superb stop by Lukic. Beardsley denied. Even he applauds. I think he was applauding the ball to him, really, rather than the save, because he's frustrated. Here it was, knocked down by Johnston. Good combination between the strikers, and Lukic down sharply. Chapman did well. Here's McAllister. And coming up with his speed with Dorigo on his left. He waits and then it's just a bit too short, but Dorigo's still there. And Leeds have chances and Dorigo tried to catch Southall napping on his near post. If only Gary Speed had played the ball fractionally further ahead, I think Dorigo might well have been in anyway. Not a bad effort from the England fullback. The ball you see was short, he still won it and then tried to catch Southall out. It struck the bar, the upright. Away goes Ebrel, and now Ward picks it up for Everton. Redirected. It's the Leeds fans who are making the noise. Don't mind how long they take or how many times they play the ball back to their goalkeeper. They're in the driving seat. Clearing headed by Keogh. Now Beagrie. He can turn a game with his skills. He's got 3 Leeds players out there. He did well. He found Mark Ward and the ball in. Is onto Dorigo's head. Ebrel. Nicely done, and Beagrie had stayed out wide. More lofted cross this time, which Dorigo critically got under. Everton's throw-in. Ward looking for some space. Might try a shot. Too many yellow shirts around, and Batty was there to control things, and Chapman sets off to try and win his personal duel with Keogh, and he lost it. Everton took too long about that move. Wallace kept it in and feeds it down the line. Eventually it will run out, but it took a deflection. Leeds is throw-in. And those 2 goals of Wallace's seem to me to have taken the sting out of Everton for the moment. And remember, Howard Kendall has already brought on his 2 substitutes. He can make no more changes. Wallace receiving from Chapman, and free awards the free kick Everton's way. White was there. Now Batty, he sets off. And a critical challenge won by Watson. Leeds really covering. Batty handled that. Everton know they've got to really pep things up, and Beardsley just attempts to do that now with the deep ball in. Leeds got men around it. Strachan down the line, Wallace. There's a chance, of course, that Leeds might score more. And Wallace sets off again, hot foot towards the Everton net. They might score more because Everton are simply having to push people up in the search for goals. They're 3 behind at the moment, and there are 22 minutes left. Speed. Wallace calling for it up the middle, and he was offside. What a thorn in Everton's side he has been tonight, and he's also maintained a remarkable scoring sequence with those 2. He's been in the professional game 4 years, and he's scored twice in every year in the Rumbelows Cup. Picked up by Ebrel. Now Beardsley looks to show his skills and tries to get Everton back into the game. It's skidded off the outside of an upright, and Peter Beardsley wins the acclaim of Everton's fans for that. He's got 11 goals this season for them, and he was very unlucky not to get his 12th here. Sizing up his options, trying to turn White, and then sliding the ball left-footed wide of Lukic, just clipped the upright. Leeds emerge with the ball. Chapman brought down by Atterveld this time. Not for the first time. Tough competitor, the Dutchman from Haarlem. Chapman nearly won it. Strachan does. So Wallace can't get there this time. White, perfectly fairly the way he won that ball. But no, it wasn't. Well, I thought it was. But the referee, Mr. Redfern, decided not so. Free kick given. It wasn't Fairclough who was in your shot, it was White. There are less than 10 minutes left, though, for Everton to score 3 times, and surely that must be beyond them against a side that concedes so few in 90 minutes. Wallace. Oh, and he's taken out this time by Beagrie. And we might well have the first booking of the night. And it's hardly surprising that it's Wallace who's produced it. He's caused no end of problems for Everton. And indeed, a yellow card was shown to Peter Beagrie. Howard Wilkinson looks rather more content with life, as it looks as though Steve Hodge might be introduced for the closing 5 minutes. John McClellan behind him, looks as though he won't take a part in the action for the moment. And Ward ran that out. And that just shows that they've totally lost their confidence, their rhythm, their awareness and everything now, Everton. And indeed, Steve Hodge will play the last 5 minutes of this Rumbelows Cup tie. And Gordon Strachan, the captain, is the man to be replaced. How he would love to go to Wembley for a Rumbelows Cup final. He was so bitterly disappointed last year when Manchester United knocked Leeds out at the last hurdle. So Steve Hodge has 5 minutes left. That's a sign of the mood here at Everton, really. Out on the pitch, they know they're a beaten side now. And they know that Leeds are going to figure in the draw for the next round. Leeds will be in the last 8 as Yorkshire's sole representatives. So it's going to be a league and cup double for Leeds over Everton in the space of 5 days. That was such a vital win for them in the championship, the league championship race on Saturday, and this will be seen as an equally significant result here tonight. And every team in the country, there's no doubt that Leeds are the team of the moment. Here's a break for Maurice Johnston. Fans have not seen a lot of him yet. He's had 1 or 2 neat touches. But he's here now, trying to lay something on in the very last minute. Unable to do so, though. And that's Hodge. Speed and Sterling, and away goes Wallace on another of those dashes, using his pace against Keown. Can't get round him this time. Left for Sterling. Wallace hesitated and then played the ball off an Everton defender for a Leeds corner. And they haven't had many of those, but they have had 4 goals. That's all that matters. And it makes pretty reading for Yorkshire fans. Yorkshire's last hopes in this year's Rumbelows competition are Leeds United. And they've really destroyed Everton with those 4 goals, 2 coming either side of the interval. And they play possession football now, and they look for a 5th goal. Chapman was going in for it. There was an offside flag. And Leeds United march through to the last 8 of the Rumbelows Cup. A convincing performance, an emphatic